Again, you're welcome to another beautiful math class. Here we have this exponential challenge before us here. It's a simple one again, right? The question says solve for x, given that 5 to the power of x plus 6 minus 6 to the power of x plus 5 equal to 0. So what is the value of x that satisfies this challenge here? Now, if you look at the base numbers here, the base numerals here we have 5 and here we have 6. Now, in solving this challenge here, we can use two methods to solve this challenge here. Okay, but I'm going to use one of the methods. And again, if at the end of the day you want me to make a video on the second method, then drop it in the comment section. That's make a video. Just type make a video, and I'll make a second video for the second method, and we can even use a third method for solving this also. So let's use the simplest approach to solving this. So we take our solution here. Now, the first thing we're going to do here is to move this quantity, because it's carrying a negative sign here. We want to move it to this side of the equation. But supposing it's carrying a positive side, then we can go ahead to solve by simplifying the powers straight. Okay, so from here, we're going to have here 5 to the power of x plus 6. This is equal to 6 to the power of x plus r5 here. Now, let me just give a hint into the second method. The second method that could be used to solve this is this. I can log both sides of this equation here to base 10, okay? I can take log to base 10 or both sides of the equation, move the power back, and carry all the terms that are having x to one side, then the constant terms to another side. That is a straightforward or a simple way of solving this, right? Good. But this is what I want to do here. I want to rewrite the exponents here and the exponent here, applying the simple rule in indices. The rule which says that if you have your a all raised to the power of your m plus n, this is equivalent or equal to your a to the power of your m times your a to the power of your n. This is n, please. Okay, so if we consider this expression is in this format. We want to take it to this format. And so rewriting this could be written as our 5 to the power of x times 5 to the power of 6 equal to, we do same thing here, our 6 to the power of x there times our 6 to the power of 5. Easy. Okay, so from here, I want to move all terms carrying a constant terms to one side and the other terms to the other side. Look at here, we are having 5 to the power of x, and here we are having 6 to the power of x. Okay, so I want to divide here. I want to divide through by, I want 5 to the power of x to be here, so I want to divide through by our 5 to the power of 6, and I will equally divide this side by 5 to the power of 6. In other words, I want to strike out 5 to the power of 6 from here, right? And on this other side, I want to strike out 6 to the power of x. And so I will equally divide this by 6 to the power of x, and I will also divide this by 6 to the power of x. So let's strike out here now. If we have to strike out, this will live with this, meanwhile, this will live with this. So our equation can now be written as our 5 to the power of x all over 6 to the power of x is equal to our 6 to the power of 5 all over 5 to the power of 6. Easy. All right. Now from here, what we do, look at the left-hand side of the equation. The powers are the same. And so we succumb to the law which says that if you have your a to the power of m all over b to the power of m, this is equal to a all over b all raised to the power of m. Right? Good. So doing that, we can now rewrite this as our 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of x is equal to our 6 raised to the power of 5 all over 5 raised to the power of 6. Okay, now from here, we are having 5 all over 6 here, and here we are having 6 to the power of 5 all over 5 to the power of 6. So first of all, I want to have this side to have a common power. So I want to rewrite the denominator here. Okay, so applying the law of indices, which we talked of the other time, then this is going to give us here our 6. Let's keep this side 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of x is equal to, going to have here 6 to the power of 5 all over 5 to the power of 5, okay, times 5 to the power of 1. Okay, good. So rewriting this could be written as our 6 to the power of 5 all over 5 to the power of 5 times our 1 all over 5 to the power of 1. Okay, so with this, we can put this in brackets. So this is going to give us our 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of x is equal to 6 all over 5 all raised to the power of 5 times our 1 all over 5. Easy. Okay, see the manipulation I'm trying to do here. Now, because we're having 6 all over 5 here, and here we're having 5 all over 6 here, I want to flip this up and flip this down. And what will happen to the power? The power will take a negative sign, right? Good. So this is going to give us here our 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of x is equal to our 5 all over 6 here, all raised to the power of minus 5 times 1 all over 5. I just apply a simple rule in indices, which says that if you have your 1 all over a to the power of m, this is equal to your a to the power of minus m. That is the rule I just applied. So you now discover that we're having here 5 all over 6, and we're having here 5 all over 6, right? Good. So I want to apply log to both sides of the equation. But this time around, I'm going to apply log to base 5 all over 6 for easy manipulation. So this is going to give us here the log of 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of x, the base 5 all over 6. This is equal to the log of our 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of minus 5, then base 5 all over 6, yeah, then times our 1 all over 5, yeah, close bracket, square bracket, yeah. Okay, so what we do? We're going to apply the multiplication law to this side, multiplication law of logarithm to this side, and we apply the power law of logarithm to this side. Okay, what does the multiplication law of logarithm say? It says that if you have an expression of this kind, you have log, let's say m times n. I say this is equal to the log of m times, plus the log of your n. And also the power law says that if you have the log of m to the power of n, this is equal to n times the log of our m. So these are simple laws in logarithm we apply in solving logarithmic equations. So from here, we're going to move this power back here, and we're going to split this. And so this is going to give us our x times the log of our 5 all over 6 base 5 all over 6 equal to, yeah, we're going to have this to be the log of 5 all over 6 all raised to the power of minus 5, the base 5 all over 6, the plus the log of our 1 all over 5, then base 5 all over 6. Easy. All right. So what we do here, let's continue on this other side. We apply another law in logarithm, which is called the same base law. Same base law says that if you have your log a base a, this is equal to 1, provided a is not equal to 0. So we are having our quantity here is not equal to 0. So since this is not 0, so we can apply same base law. And remember, we are going to move this to this side of the equation, and same base law will play out here also. And so doing that, we're going to have our x here. So we have x will now be equal to our minus 5, yeah, right? Good, because if we move this down, we are going to have same base law. The plus, we are now left with our log, your 1 all over 5, all in base 5 all over 6. Wow, this is good. So what we do here now, the challenge we have here now is this very one here now, right? Good. So we can rewrite this expression we have here, which is 1 all over 5. 1 all over 5 could be written as 5 to the power of minus 1. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. So we're going to have here minus 5 plus our log 5 to the power of minus 1 is 5 all over 6. Yeah. Okay. So again, we flip this to this other side of the equation. So we're going to end up having our minus 5, then minus log 5 is 5 all over 6. So we are still having a challenge with the base expression here now. So how do we manipulate this expression we have here now? We succumb to what is called the change of base rule in logarithm. The change of base rule says that, let's erase this, it says that your log A base B, if you want to change to base C, this is equal to log your A base C all over log B base C. That's what we call the change of base rule. So we can apply it to this side of the equation. So we're going to have here x is equal to minus 5, then minus our log. We are changing to base 10. Log 5 base 10 all over our log 5 all over 6 base 10. This is cool, man. All right, so from here, what we do is easy again. We can either rewrite our log 5. Log 5 could be written as 10 all over 2. Then we apply here the division law of logarithm. So let's apply the division law of logarithm to this side first. So we have here x will now be equals to minus 5 minus the log of our 5 base 10 all over our log 5 base 10 minus log 6 base 10. Oh, this is cool. Again, we can punch log 5 in our calculator to get our answer straight. And yeah, we can equally punch this, but we have to simplify this down. We have to break this down. This could be written as 2 times 3. Okay? The whole of this expression could be written as, your log 6 can be written as 2 times 3, and log 5 could be written as 5 all over 10 all over 2. So we want to break this down to the lowest format. So this is going to give us x will now be minus 5 minus, let's put the whole of this in bracket. So we have log 10 all over 2, then base 10, then in bracket, everything all over our log 10 all over 2 base 10, then minus log 2 times 3, or in bracket, base 10. Don't worry, we'll also get to the end of it here. All right. And that's why when you see exponential expressions of this kind, you may think they are simple, but they may not be as simple as you may think, right? Okay. So from here, if we apply the division law of logarithm to this again, so we're going to have here x will now be equals to minus 5 minus into our log 10 base 10, then minus log 2 base 10 bracket all over. We do same thing here, so you're going to have here log 10 base 10 minus log 2 base 10. Remember, on this other side, here we are going to apply the multiplication law of logarithm. And with this sign here, we're going to have this to be minus log 2 base 10 plus, okay, but because this is going to be in brackets, so the minus will multiply the plus, so this is going to turn to minus log 3 base 10. Easy. All right, now so let's check out something here. We're having minus log 2 base 10, and we're having minus log 2 base 10. Yeah. Here we are having log 10 base 10. Here we are having log 10 base 10. Log 10 base 10 will give us 1. We all know that, right? Good. So let's continue here again. So from here, we're going to have our x will now be equal to minus 5 minus bracket. Let's put our big bracket here. We have here 1, then minus our log 2 base 10. Okay, then let's come to this other side. Is all over. Here we're going to have here 1 minus 2 log 2 base 10 minus log 3 base 10. If you plug in the value of your log 2, which is about 0.301, then the value of log 3, which is about 0.4771, and you simplify everything here, we're going to have here minus 5 plus 8 point something. Then if you simplify it down, we're going to have, therefore, our x is going to give us our 3.8273 or thereabouts. Okay, but this is the approximate value is going to give to you when you simplify this down. All right, although a bit rhetorical, but at least we've gotten the final answer to this. So this brings us to the end of today's class. You learned something from the video. Do not forget to give the video a thumbs up and share with your family members or those of your friends that are actually in need of math knowledge to excel in their different career. Thank you for being there. See you in our next class. But till there, keep winning. Bye for now.